And as far as with drums, what would you consider any drums to be bad? Like, would that depend on how they're EQ'd, or if the drum programming is off, like it's too busy or it's too offbeat? What do you think about that? Are there any bad drums?
Yeah, just ones that aren't in the pocket. Like, it's like you can always make anything work. I tend to not like papery sounding, like thin ones, but like it's really just about the pocket. And that's what I'm kind of realizing too, is like within loops and shit, like if it's just like a couple bars or whatever it is, like, or a bar, or even like, it's like to be able to create like a pattern sort of like in the air of just like being like, you can go off and leave different spaces, but at the end of the day, the physics got to be the same for it to have like the rhythm right. And you wouldn't think about, I don't think about it that way, but like now that I'm recording and like not quantizing stuff, I'm starting to realize like how loops can like lean back and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's ill, but no, I wouldn't say anything's bad. I just think that we all know what's up, you know, like you hear something, you know, like like, if someone there is some though that a lot of times like people don't, some people can't really fully grasp what I think the pocket is. Like, it's like, you know, certain, it's just like, it's not a rhythmic thing, but it's like, they'll be like, this beat's tight, and then it's like, I'm not being overtech. It's just like this, the hi-hats landing weird, like on the snare, or the snare's off with the sample snare that's in the background, but it's like hitting different times, like too early. It's just like annoying. Like, it's kind of like having like a scab that's ready to come off and you don't just flick it off. Like, you know, there is a sweet spot. It's a sweet spot where you can make it loose, but if you make it too loose, then it's not. True.
It's all.
But knowledge that mama beat, you know.
Yeah.
Knowledge, the Kendrick song, Mama. Like,
I love that song.
Like, that's sloppy, you know, like that shit. Like, he holds it together. He like, it's sort of like a metaphor for life, where it's like you hold it together just enough before it falls apart. You know, that's kind of like, we go through times like that too. So music is such a
And I know you may be watching this video on YouTube, but I also have my podcast on Spotify. So now you can subscribe to my Back to the Boom Bap podcast on Spotify for just $5 a month, and you can listen to video interviews, audio interviews, ad-free, no ads. Okay, so if that sounds like something that would be dope to you, then make sure that you click on that link that you can see going across the screen right now, so you can go straight to my podcast, the Back to the Boom Bap podcast on Spotify. All right.